Now, actually, we're supposed to start on this, but I will just reverse a bit for the sake of our new friends. Right, so last week we talked about solutions. Okay, and then we started off with, I think, Jude, you will be familiar with this. Okay, solution is actually made out of two parts, right? Okay, they are known as the solute and solution. Okay, so this is way before magnetic attraction, filtration, and evaporation. So quick recap, and Zixuan. Now, one example will be like salt. Salt is the solute, and then I add it into water. Sorry, this part here should be solvent. Okay, this part here should be solvent. So you have solute and solvent, okay, making up the solution. So the example here, salt being the solute, is going to combine with water, which is the solvent, to give you a solution, which is called salt solution. Okay, so the solvent here is water. Salt actually dissolves in water completely to give you the solution. All right, so Himo, this is something new to you. Okay, so other examples will be like sugar. Okay, sugar plus water again, we are going to get sugar solution. Okay, this is not something that is too difficult for you, right? Okay, so if in the science lab, I have this particular chemical. Okay, so this chemical, I call it copper sulfate. It's actually a light blue color crystals. Okay, I can dissolve it in water. Okay, and then it's going to give me a solution because this is very much soluble in water. And it's going to be called copper sulfate solution. Okay, it actually looks very clear. You can see through it. It's just light blue throughout. We call this kind of mixture homogeneous mixture. Okay. All right, homogeneous because it's the same throughout. Okay, it is transparent throughout. The color is also evenly distributed throughout. We call it homogeneous mixture. Then we talk about suspension also last week. Okay, today is just a very quick revision. I didn't cover like this with them. I actually did go through some points and discussion. So suspension will be things like sand plus water. Okay, so you have actually, substances that are seen inside the mixture. You can even have chalk powder. Okay, so chalk plus water. These are called suspension because you see some solids here and there, right? Okay. And then when you look through the beaker, you will see particles that are not dissolved. They are all around. Some will settle to the bottom. Sometimes they float. We call all these suspension. And then this kind of mixture will be heterogeneous. Just now was homogeneous. Homo means the same throughout. Heterogeneous means they are not the same throughout. You will see that certain parts are clearer, certain parts are more blur or murky or chalky, depending on what is inside that mixture. Any questions so far? Okay, so these are the various terms that we were introduced to, okay, last week. And then we talk about how to actually increase the rate of dissolving. Okay, is it easier to dissolve a big piece of sugar, one big chunk, or is it easier if I were to use small pieces of sugar? Think about it. Which one is easier?
Small pieces.
Why is that so?
It has lesser exposed surface area, so it can dissolve faster.
It has greater exposed surface area. Okay, it has greater. The smaller the size, okay, the bigger the surface area. We are talking about surface area volume ratio. You know how to actually see that? Yes or no? Don't know.
Yeah.
You just have to ask me. Okay, let me just maybe do a proper one here. Okay, let me show you something. Okay, if I have a big cube, how do I actually prove to you that surface area is a lot bigger? All right, in smaller pieces. You imagine you have a bigger cube here. Try to imagine, my drawing is not perfect. Okay, this is 5 cm by 5 cm by 5 cm. Okay, so imagine this is a cube. There are 6 sides, right? What is the surface area of one side? Any idea? What is the surface area? What is the area of one side?
25 cm. 25 cm square.
25 cm squared, because it's 5 times 5, 25 cm square, right? Okay. How many sides are there?
Okay. With 6.
6 sides, because this is a cube. Okay, so this is actually area for one side. Yeah. You are going to take 25 times 6. Agree?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is this value here?
150.
Very good. Okay. And then now, if I were to cut these into smaller pieces, each piece is only like that, 1 by 1 by 1. Can you tell me what is the area for one side?
1 cm2.
Okay, so it's 1 times 1 cm square, 6 sides.
1 cm2 times 6.
Okay, but how many pieces am I cutting? Do you know? Right? And then over here also we have to draw the lines down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 20, 25, right? Yeah. So this is like 25, but how many layers would there be? 3, 4. Okay, so total, you see, if you are looking layer by layer, every layer is actually 25 pieces, right? But there are 5 layers, so 25 times 5, right? So if I cut this into 25 times 5 pieces, this is what? 125 pieces. Every piece is 6 cm square. Agree? So what is the total surface area here? One, 2, 5 times 6. Can you tell me what's the answer? Hima?
Huh?
125 times 6. What's the answer here?
750.
Do you get this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see, if it's one big piece alone on its own, the total surface area is only like this. When I cut into many small pieces, every small piece is 6 cm square, right? But I have cut them into 125 pieces. That will give me a very big exposed surface area. Do you see this now? So when we are cutting into small pieces, do you know the inside of the cube is also exposed? Do you understand what I'm saying now? Yeah. So that's why if you have smaller pieces, the total exposed surface area is greater. Can? This is the proof. You can take a screenshot if you want to. Okay, and then you slowly digest, all right, on your own. Can? Yeah, so this is one way to increase the rate of dissolving. Instead of using a big piece of sugar cut into small pieces, another way of increasing, the rate of dissolving will be by heat. Hot coffee versus iced coffee. Which one can dissolve sugar better? Hot coffee. We know that, right? So when you increase the temperature, you are actually making the rate of dissolving faster. Jude, are you okay, Jude? You learned this part already? Yeah, okay. So this is actually part of, I think, should be chapter 4, if I'm not wrong. Okay. Now, so before I start on separation, okay, we need to know what are mixtures. You already know what are mixtures. All of you know already. Yeah. Mixture is made out of 2 or more substances that are not chemically combined together. Okay, you just simply mix them like this. Even our sugar solution, salt solution, they are just mixtures. They are not something beyond that. Okay. Like orange juice, you can see the contents inside the orange juice. All right. And then air as well. Okay, air is a mixture. It's made out of nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, water vapor, and other gases. Okay. So air is also a mixture. Then pure substances, we already know what are pure substances, right? Okay, it's made out of one single element, or we can say it's a compound. Okay, it is not mixed with any other substance. So pure substances can either be single element or it can be a compound. Okay, so these are the pure things. Now, this is example of a diamond. Diamond is actually made out of carbon. It is how the carbon are being bonded together that gives you this special and very expensive jewelry, okay, called the diamond. Okay, it's a precious stone. Women will like it, okay? Now, first thing you need to know about separation, a few techniques we're covering today only. One is magnetic separation, another one is filtration, and then lastly, we are actually doing evaporation. So what is magnetic attraction? Mixtures that contain substances that are attracted by magnets can be separated using a magnet. So in this case, you see the example right here, sand, okay, and iron fillings. So this is the iron fillings. And then this is the sand. Sometimes you also see mixtures like sulfur. Sulfur is a yellow powder. Okay, sulfur with iron fillings. Same method, you're just going to make use of a magnet. Okay, go through the mixture. It will attract all your iron fillings onto the magnet. Okay, sulfur powder, if you're very interested to know what it's used for. Okay, sulfur, it's used actually during camping. Any of you actually join the CCA group, uniform group, like NCC?
Me.
Yeah.
You did. Oh, good. Okay, so you join NCC, is it? Yeah. So are you going for any camping soon?
In term 3 only. In term 2.
Are you going to sleep in?
Oh yeah, going to base camp. It's just a
Wonderful.
military base.
Okay. So during camps, when you are going to sleep in those tents, right? Now, at night, you want to sleep in peace. Agree? Yeah, but if you are going to maybe like a forest, or let's say you're going onto, to sleep on the grassland, you don't know what is actually there, correct? You can have insects, you can have even snakes, you can have dangerous creatures crawling into the tents. And especially snakes are very common, especially when you have grass, you can see snakes coming in. So in order to prevent snakes from going inside the tent and bite you, right? You use this yellow powder. Okay, Zixuan, I want you to tell me whether it happened for you. Okay, if you go camping, they will actually give you some yellow powder. Okay, you will actually spread around the outside, okay, the whole circumference. If your tent is the squarish one, then it's the perimeter, okay, of the tent. Spread all over, and the snakes will not go in. Because when the snake comes into contact with this yellow powder, right, okay, the skin of the snake, the outer